I'm Kim Kesti, Creative Director here at Fun Stamper's Journey, and today I'm excited to present to you not only the September Bloom Box, but also the video that's going to teach you a lot of tips and tricks. So let's get ready. Since you are a subscriber to Bloom Box here at Fun Stamper's Journey, you have exclusive access to this video where I'm going to walk you through all the fun tips and tricks on how to assemble this month's cards. So let's take a look at the actual Bloom Box. You may or may not already have this on your doorstep. So if you haven't, it will be arriving any day soon. And again, the darling Bloom Box, and inside we have all the treasures, I like to call them. So first of all, we have the full-size color brochure. So this has also the instructions inside, plus some extra little goodies and supply lists and whatnot. We'll be referring to that a little bit later. And then, oh, the really pretty piece, your full-size stamp set, which again is heavily etched red rubber, just like this little guy. And of course it has the indexing on the other side. So it's got a nice foam padding on there and the indexing on it. This stamp set is called Your Own Rhythm, and it's 15 stamps, so you're gonna get an amazing value in this month's Bloom Box. Just love it. It's so fun and cheerful. I know you're going to have a blast. And again, all 4 card kits fully kitted for you, including all the little goodies inside and the clips and the accessories and everything you need to make all 4 cards. I think we're going to pull this card kit out first. It has some die cut stars, so I'm going to kind of walk you through that fun little technique. Super easy peasy, but has a really great wow factor. Let's set these other guys aside. Now we have our first little card kit. Don't you love how these are kitted? Karina and her team do such a great job. So again, pull out all the little goodies. This particular card, I'm going to show you the finished card right here, because of course I've already completed my own Bloom Box set. Really has a lot of, like I said, wow factor, and the techniques on it aren't difficult, but I just thought I'd spotlight a few little tips and tricks for you. So let's talk about the background panel first. I just showed you this fun little star. Well, I guess it's a sun. I shouldn't say star. I guess it is a star because the sun is a star, but it's our fun little sun stamp. And this is what we're going to use to create the whole background in addition to the focal point on the stamp. So this time we're going to take Citrus Cooler ink. And this is really just repeatedly stamping the background. Super easy. If you're a new subscriber to Bloom Box, you know that we try to teach some fun new tips and techniques every time you get your Bloom Box, so you're always learning something new. That's one thing I love about our Bloom Boxes. So you can see that this is almost a tone-on-tone stamping, and you're just going to kind of stagger the little cute little sun as you go along and stamp your background. So we're doing orange on the Summer Days cardstock. And that really just gives a nice tone-on-tone background. So I would of course continue on and stamp the entire background. I won't take all the time to do that because I know that you'll have fun doing that. And then when we come to actually assemble the rest of the banner for the sentiment, this piece right here, you're going to stamp the sentiment that says Shine On with clear pigment ink, if you're not familiar with that. And then you're going to emboss it with a white embossing powder. Again, I don't really like to bring out the heat gun for these because it's so noisy, but I know you guys are familiar with doing that actual technique. So I'm going to set that aside. But this is kind of the fun part for assembling the actual finished star right here. It's the star behind the sun because, like we just discussed, we're all about getting them together here. So simply taking our star dies, which you're going to have 3 of them already cut in your box. I'm going to go ahead and adhere these for you. Simply by staggering them just a little bit, you're going to get that really fun effect of sun rays behind your main focal point. So again, you want to stagger it just about 33% there. Don't get your protractor, you guys can totally wing it. And then you want to put the third die cut halfway between the other two. Right? So simple, so easy. And then when you finish stamping your original stamp in black licorice, you're just going to trim around it, and that's how you get the background piece right here. And then your last piece of cardstock is also to stamp the original sun in black licorice, and then you just trim around its little sun rays. I keep calling it star. It's like star rays, sun rays. Either one works. So isn't that a fun way to really get that embellishment to pop? It's almost like a DIY embellishment. I love that. And then this fun little bag is actually all the little flowers for all of your cards in this kit. So keep this handy. You're going to use 3 on this particular card and then save the rest for some later cards. So super fun. That's really the easiest technique in this kit. None of them are super difficult, but I like to kind of start with the easy one and ease you guys in, warm you up, so to say. So, oh, that was kind of a pun, right? Warm you up, sun card, get it? Anyway, it's really warm here in Phoenix, so I really love that this bloom box, although we don't really have the bloom boxes seasonal, this one just kind of does reflect a little summer vibe. It's kind of got the little summer action going on. Maybe you're going to have a street party or a block party and have some music going on. So super fun. Set that card base aside. So now we're going to move on to the second card, and I will grab the next card kit. This one has got some fun little background techniques, so I'm going to walk you through that, and then I'm going to show you how to use these stamps to stamp on top of the background. So let me go ahead and grab, well, I'll take all the kit out, but I'm going to grab the whipped cream cardstock. This same technique that I'm going to show you next is really duplicated on 2 of our cards, so I'm just going to walk you through one of them right now. It'll be fun. So I've got all these fun inks right here. I'm trying to see how I can get them best into the video. Like switch around, switch around. Move this guy apart. Okay, then you're going to grab some of your small daubers. Okay, so I've got my 4 little daubers here, and as I'm holding them up, I'm realizing, no, Kim, Huckleberry Fusion is not in this little grouping. It's Citrus Cooler. So now I have the right daubers. I have Pool Play, Summer Days, Citrus Cooler, and Rich Coral, which correspond with my 4 little baby daubers I have here. Now, it doesn't really matter what color you start with first, but for some reason I like to start with my lighter colors, and I feel like Pool Play is kind of one of our lighter colors. So what you're going to do is just grab your small dauber, and this is just going straight into the ink pad, and then we're just doing nice little circles on your background. So again, use kind of light pressure. If you push too hard, I'll kind of show it right here. You're going to get kind of a real dark circle, so I'm using what I would consider is a little bit lighter pressure. And then I can kind of blend in the corners. Again, no rhyme or reason about where these goes. I'm just spacing these out. I have 4 colors, so I'm kind of trying to leave room for all 4 colors on here. And you can go off the edge of the paper and just bring your color in that way. That's totally good too. In fact, I might do that in the corner up here. So again, I can come back and add more colors if I want later, of course. Let's see, I think Summer Days is my next lighter color. Always put the lids back on your ink pads, right? Good stamping etiquette. Okay, so now I'm coming back with Summer Days. Love it. Again, like I said, these are kind of that fun fiesta type colors that we've used in this card. I know we've had a lot of good reaction for this stamp set so far. We revealed it to the coaches. If you're in our coach community, you do get your bloom box a few days earlier than our other subscribers. And a lot of them have really been loving the music little instruments on this set, so that's super fun. Let's go next darker, Citrus Cooler. And again, the same technique is the same one you're going to be using on our last card that we're going to create. Same exact technique. I think this is a fun one that really anybody can try. Again, even if you're somewhat new to stamping, our True Color Fusion ink is amazing. Has such vivid color and it will never fade. That's what we love about it. It's super fun to blend in. A little bit of room for my Rich Coral. The Rich Coral is really intense, so you may want to get your grid paper or your scrap paper and go ahead and daub off a little bit before you come to your paper, because it is really, really intense. So I'm going to do that, daub off a little bit here. And then again, so it doesn't get too dark. But look at that yummy pop of color. Isn't that lovely? Love it. And you don't have to worry about blending your colors perfectly because we are stamping images on top. So if there's little gaps of white in between, it's just totally fine. If you want to, you can get in there and blend to your heart's content. But it's not 100% necessary. So again, this ink kind of gives a little bokeh effect. You guys know what that is? It's kind of a photography term. It's where you get those fun little effects of maybe twinkly lights behind your subject. Just gives a really soft, fun look. So I feel pretty happy with that. What do you guys think? It's kind of blended. It's not perfect, but it totally gives us the look that we want, kind of that fun, active, party atmosphere going on. So I love it. I'm going to stop. So now next what you want to do is go ahead and grab your stamp set, and then we're going to grab clear block F, which is just one of our medium-sized blocks, and I'll show it to you right here. And it's just a fun way to save a little bit of time. What we're going to do is adhere a lot of different stamps onto this block, and then we're going to stamp it as part of our background. Does that make sense? Instead of stamping each individual one, this is just kind of a time saver. So I'm going to grab the little trumpet. And again, there's really no perfect way to adhere them here. You just want them spaced out nicely. And then we're going to grab some of the little music notes too. When our stamp sets have a lot of little pieces in them, as like the ones you see here, we like to keep this original rubber around the edge. And that just holds everything in place and gives us a little bit less of an opportunity to lose something. So again, as I place them on here, I might kind of adjust them a little bit. It looks like this guy wants to fit here. Maybe scooch this one here. Is this looking good, guys? Again, there's really no right or wrong, just kind of make them fit however it works for you. Kind of want it to be visually appealing. And then like I said, I'm going to grab a couple of these little notes and add them in the little spaces in between, so maybe one right here. See, these guys are little. Look at them, they're itty bitty. It's like, don't lose them. I'll put one here, maybe turn it going up that way. And then my last, all you music experts out there, you'll have to tell me what all these little notes are. Roy's kind of a music guy. I should have Roy give a little shout out. Roy, show yourself over there. Because I kind of forgot that Roy was into music. When I was looking at this, I was all of a sudden realizing, oh my gosh, Roy is our musician back there. Roy plays the drums. You play the drums, right, Roy? Yeah?
Yes.
He's like, I can't talk, I don't have a microphone, but yes, I play the drums for sure. Okay, so now that we have all of our stamps mounted on a block, so you're going to see how it's going to be really easy to just come in and stamp this whole background. I'll switch it around. So you're going to stamp the background, and then probably what I'll do is go ahead and turn it and stamp the bottom half. So I'll show you what that looks like here. So easy, right? Once you've got them all loaded, you just get black licorice all over these guys. Nice even coat. And because the stamps are beautifully indexed, you don't have to worry about placement. You can see right through the clear block. So I'll put this fairly close to the top of the card, right? And again, nice even pressure all the way across. You want to make sure all those images come to life. And ta-da! Oh my gosh, it's so cute. Look how it just comes to life. I love it. I'm sorry, I'm kind of a little geek. I like to ooh and ah when my stamps come out nice. It's a great feeling of satisfaction. That's what crafting's all about, right? Creating something and having that fun feeling. So again, I turn my stamp around. I could do it this way again. It would fit pretty good, but I just kind of like to spin it around for a little bit different look. And I might even tilt it a little bit and come right about here. So again, trying to fill in the gaps. And here we go. So fun. Love that. It feels like it's already coming to life. In order to finish the card, you're just going to take the rest of the contents of the kit. I'll have to grab them out here. And you're going to stamp some sentiments on here. These are already die cut with one of our new circle around dies. You're going to stamp a few little extra instruments on these extra pieces. And of course, this is a mat for the piece that we just created. Already perfectly cut for you. So love how that red outline just kind of gives your card that finishing touch. And let me show you the finished card. Because again, we've taken a few more of the flowers from this little baggie here and adhere them on. So fun, right? You've got your amazing background, your great little sentiment, which is actually the name of the stamp set, Dance to Your Own Rhythm. A couple of the extra little instruments. And look at the little clip, isn't that great? Our little music note clip. So love how that one comes together. Super fun, super cute. 2 cards done. Woohoo! Give yourself a pat on the back if you finished 2 cards along with me. Now, this next card we're going to do is probably the most complicated of the 4. But once you see kind of how I walk through it and give you some tips on how to create it, you're going to love it. It's actually a shaker card. So exciting. We've been wanting to do a shaker card with you. And those of you who are subscribers to Bloom Box got a little treat in your Bloom Box a couple months ago, and that's our Journey foam tape. So it's actually a roll of double-sided adhesive foam tape, perfect for making shaker cards. So if you don't already have this, you can use regular foam squares, or you can order up some Journey tape for this project. So let me move these ink pads aside and grab that kit out, because it's so fun. This is what this one looks like. So it has a die cut window already in it. In fact, I'll just kind of pull it out so you can see. I'm actually going to move, I'm going to take this grid paper off real quick. Excuse my noise there, but give us a clean slate to work on. So again, pulling this kit apart, you will see not only one of our window die cuts, which is from our window view die, but you'll also have this little piece of acetate. So you see that glowing right there? Don't lose that, because you're going to need that for your shaker window so your stuff doesn't fall out. You have your mat, which is the back piece. And then this piece is actually going to go behind your window. So keep this piece of Summer Days out, and then these extra little pieces you could just set aside right now. So the most important thing we're going to do, and I'll set the card base aside too. Most important thing we're going to do is format our window for our shaker card. Now you'll need just a regular pencil, or you can grab one of our colored pencils or whatnot. And what we're going to do is place this window approximately, it's not exactly half, so if this window was exactly in the middle, it would be halfway on your card. But you want to scooch it over just a little bit so it's slightly off-centered. Does that make sense? I'm going to say, I could use my grid paper to measure. It's approximately 1 inch over from the edge. I could even do it 1 inch so it's exactly 1 inch. That works about right, because these are 1 inch marks on my grid paper. So I won't need the clear view sheet, although I don't want to lose it, so I'm going to set it right there. So again, approximately 1 inch from the edge. Now I want to cut out this white stuff that's inside my windows, but I don't want to mark on the outside because that'll be too close. Does that make sense? So I'm going to put some little pencil marks inside my window. And these are going to get cut away, so don't stress about it. So I'm just doing all 4 edges. Okay. I'm not going to worry about the middle part. I really want these 4 outside edges, or I should say inside edges of our window. But that's the part I'm going to cut away out of this panel right here. So the easiest way I know how to do that is with our brand new cutting mat and knife. So let me bring that in. If you don't have this cutting mat and or knife, you can use regular scissors. You could probably punch a hole in here, or carefully clip out a hole and then be able to get to these edges. But the craft knife is really an amazing way to go. It's retractable, and so this little guy just goes like this and exposes the little tiny knife. It's very sharp, of course, but I love that it retracts and stays safe right away. You don't have to worry about a cap or losing the cap or anything like that. Not that I ever lose anything, but sometimes stuff gets misplaced in the craft room, right? So I've got this pencil line right here, and what I'm going to actually do is cut just outside the pencil line because I want this to land underneath my frame. Okay, so just the slightest bit outside this pencil line. And just coming along. And you don't have to worry about it being super straight. You can use a ruler if you want. I'm kind of one that likes to wing it. But again, this line is going to be hidden behind your window frame. So if it's just the ever most slightest bit crooked, don't even worry about that. Okay, so all 4 sides. Super fun. Coming through, making its cut all the way through. Yep. Looks good. So quick and easy, super easy way to go ahead and do your window frame. And again, we can kind of double check that it covers. I'm going to hold it away from this just a tiny bit. Looks to me like I have a little bit extra white right there. Do you see it? So I'm just going to trim away a little bit more white right here because I don't want it to show through my window. It's like, come on. I just want the little bit more of that paper away. Okay? Perfect. So again, double check yourself with your window frame once you've got it on there. Make sure you love how it looks. I wonder if a little bit more of that's going to show. I can see where the line's gone a little bit crooked. I can hear you out there in Craftland saying, Kim, why don't you just get your ruler? Okay. I think we've got it. So super fun. So I want to go ahead and put this window on just so I don't, mix it up later. So I'm just going to grab a little bit. You could use any adhesive here, but I'm going to grab a little bit of our craft glue and go ahead and put this window frame on. I'm not worried about gluing it down super tight because I have a fun little technique to show you to add some shutters to our window. That sound fun? So again, kind of let that dry for a second while we work on our shutters. We're going to use another brand new tool to the Fun Stampers Journey family for the shutters, and that is our scoring platform. So this is the Fun Stampers Journey scoring platform. Love it, love it, love it. And when you turn it over, you will see that we have devised a fun little place to keep your scoring blade. That's right here. And you also have this template, which is amazing for making matching envelopes, boxes, all kinds of fun things. Now, Miss Lynn Loosh has done some amazing videos showing you how to use that tool. But for today, we're just going to work on the basic scoring. So I have my scoring blade, and I'm going to go ahead and grab this piece of pool play, which was in your kit, of course. And I'm going to put it right up there in the corner. And you can see that this scoring tool has a scoring groove, I guess you'll call it, every 1/8 of an inch all the way across. So we're going to come through and just score that on every single scoring groove we have. So again, they're about 1/8 inch apart. You just want to come through and score to your heart's content all the way down. So love this. It really does start to look like a little shutter effect, right? Can you see the grooves on there? And if you turn it over, you can actually see that it's got kind of the embossed grooves. Ooh, I love where I'm zooming up in here. There we go. Kind of try to tilt it. So you can see that the one side has got the debossed look, and the other side has got the embossed look. So once we score all the way down, this is the side that we're going to want to play with, the embossed look. So I won't do the whole thing for the video right now. I'll set this aside. But I'll show you what's going to happen next. In order to have these grooves show up a little bit more, I'm going to bring in my pool play cardstock. And I'm going to go ahead and just gently, again, not with very heavy pressure, just gently rub my pool play ink on those embossed lines. So again, this is the side B of what I just scored. And see how that really just makes them pop out? So now you've really got the look of some kind of weathered shutters. I love that. Love how they look. Okay, so in order to finish this, in order to get 2 shutters on your shaker card, you would take this finished piece and go ahead and cut it in half. They're going to get 2 little pieces of shutters, one for each side of your window. Okay? I'll show you the finished card in just a moment. So what you're going to want to do next is go ahead and get your window glass onto your card. So I'm going to put a little dab of glue. You can use, actually, you know what? Never mind. I'm going to use tape runner. This won't show again. It's just going to hold your clear view sheet in place. Make sure it's not hanging over. You want to put your glass for your window in there. And then on top of this is what you put your foam tape. So it looks like it's really fussy when you look at this side, but the place where you put your foam tape is actually super simple. Let's see if I can grab my little scissors. Scissors, where did you go? All right, hold on a sec. Let me find my scissors. I'll grab these back here. Oh, there's two pairs hanging behind there. Did you see that? Two pairs. Okay, so here's my little scissors. And then you're just going to kind of, you know, measure by eyeball, or you could actually measure with your ruler. You want to get the foam fairly close to the edge, but not hanging over. It looks like this is a tiny bit too long. So you want to snug it up pretty close to the window there. This is what's going to hold all of your fun little sequins and shaker elements inside. Foam tape is pretty darn sticky, so you have to be a little bit gentle with it. I'm going to give you a little tip for trimming the foam tape smaller. I have this parchment paper, which is like a non-stick paper. I'm just going to grab a little piece of it. Now, because this foam tape does not have paper on both sides, it only has it on one side, sometimes it can be kind of hard to cut unless you put it on a non-stick surface. Does that make sense? You could either use a wax paper or a parchment paper, anything like this. I want to cut this foam tape in half. Now, if I tried to come in directly with the foam tape, it'd be kind of sticky on my scissors, right? Does that make sense? Giving you an extra little tip here. So when I want to come in and cut this foam tape in half, now I have this paper underneath that can kind of guard my scissors. And it's going to cut easy peasy lemon squeezy all the way down. Now again, if I didn't have the paper, it would be a lot stickier on my scissors right here, and you want to avoid that. So again, now I can take my skinnier pieces. This is a little bit too long, but that's okay. Kind of get them exactly the right size to fit in here. This probably seems like an extra long explanation for getting this shaker card together, but I really wanted to walk you through because I have a feeling some of you out there have never made one. So I really wanted to make it super clear on how to create this. Once you know how, I'm not kidding, it's going to be addicting. You're going to want to make shaker cards for every occasion. Okay, so now you can see that all four edges of my shaker card are pretty much sealed up. There's not going to be any sequins that are going to escape out of that, right? So super easy, love that. Now I can go ahead and grab my card base. Let me go ahead and fold this, my crease tool. Make sure it's straight, Kim. So this is what I should have used the scoring board, right? It's just a hair off. There we go. So now again, I haven't pulled the adhesive out in the back of this. I kind of just want to make sure everything's looking good. So I have some tape right there. And again, don't forget that you want your fun little summer days panel behind here, so it's so bright and cheerful. So the reason I haven't adhered anything yet is because I want to make sure all my placement is perfect, and I want to adhere this yellow panel down. Okay, so do all those steps before you peel off the tape. Otherwise, if you stick it down accidentally, remember that part where I said it was really sticky? It's really sticky, so it's going to be hard to peel back up. So just make sure that you have your placement just where you want it before you take the backing off. And of course, we're going to put the little shaker elements in there too. So I'm going to kind of line it up. And I want to make sure this is pretty much centered on my card. And you have a little bit of play. You know, Karina's cut this a little bit extra, so you don't have to worry about being so careful, but, you know, get it placed where you want it. Maybe double check, make sure that looks good. All right, fun, super fun. So now what we're going to do is we're going to come in think I've got another bag of embellishments here. This is what happens when I craft. Everything's a big mess, but I love it. Okay, let me pull these out. All right, plenty of sequins here to go around. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to dump my sequins right onto my backing. You'll of course have taken a few out for the center of your flowers, so I can take a little pinch out. But you kind of want to make sure these are all on your backdrop there. And again, the reason I don't put them here is because then it's impossible for me to flip them and get this centered right. Does that make sense? Now I'm ready to take these little adhesive backings off. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. So much easier than all of our little tiny foam squares, right? Yes. So much quicker. Okay, so again, have my window, my adhesives off, ready to go. Now I just want to make sure it's centered where I want it. And press down, and then that's going to hold your panel in place. And look what happens, it shakes behind there. So much fun. Love it. Love the action of it. Of course, the actual card, once you get all the shutters trimmed and whatnot, looks like this. So again, we're going to add the 2 little shutters. We're going to stamp a couple more little instruments, add a few more of your flowers, and that is a card that just wants to celebrate, don't you think? Love it so much. So fun. So I'm so excited that you know how to make a shaker card now. So I want everyone who subscribes to Bloombox to not only make this shaker card, but make a lot of other ones and post them. Tag us with Fun Stamper's Journey and we'll take a look. That would be so fun. Okay, so I just want to show you the last card, the 4th card. Like I said earlier, it uses the same background technique that we used a few moments ago. So check it out. So cute. Same inky technique. This time we've only stamped those instruments once. So you may want to play around with the placement a little bit on that block. Looks like it's somewhat close to what I had. Or you could stamp them individually. It just doesn't matter, you know, at that point which way you want to go for this particular background. But you will need to stamp each instrument only one time. This little die cut is super cute. You're going to stamp the sentiment on that. And there's one more of our little fun clips. This time we have sparkle silk on it. So love that. Adds that fun little extra glittery fun back there. This kind of almost looks like a little starry night. I love that. Remember that block party we're having? Now we're having a block party at night. Our block parties lasted all day and into the night. I love that so much. So, let me see if I can grab all 4 cards. I haven't lost them all. Let's scooch these guys aside. And here we go. I'll switch these around so they can fit a little bit better. So here's all of our 4 fun projects from this month's Bloom Box. I know that you will just have a blast with them. Have fun creating them. Create them with a friend. Create them with somebody you love in your life. Maybe it's a younger crafter. This would be a great kit to introduce someone younger to crafting. My daughter is 10 years old, almost 11, and I'm going to create some cards really similar to this with her, so I can't wait to do that. It's the perfect kit to do that with someone. And again, if you have any other questions, you can always visit us at funstampersjourney.com, and your booklet has all the instructions and supply lists and whatnot, so refer back to that. Or you can watch this video over and over again. It's one of the exclusive content videos that we send out to you as a subscriber to Bloombox. So again, have fun crafting, and I hope you have a great day. Thank you.